What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Corey's Garage, Reese Motorsports. We're actually not in the garage. We're in our work in progress master bedroom at our house, the Casa de Reese version 2.0. So this is our house in Highland, Indiana we bought back in January. So we've been working on it since then. Just doing some painting, doing some wall tearing down, sheetrock work. We've had some great friends from our new church help us out, being our contractor and reaching out to other people and getting some stuff done. So I'm very thankful to that. Thank you, Phil, and everyone else who's helping. Not much to update you with the car. The last video, the car was still at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house. So shortly after that, we were able to get it here. It was kind of one of those all-day things, though, as sometimes you know those things go. The welded diff that I had showed you guys, months ago, and I think I mentioned in a video before too that I'm trying to get it here in Illinois. Shortly after leaving our old house, the diff locked up because I did not put oil back in the differential, which fried the bearings and locked up the diff. So pushing it out of the parking spot it was at was one thing, and then it decided to lock up again and did not want to break free. So my new buddy Wade, who also has a YouTube channel you should check out, Bearded Garage, beer like B-E-E-R, Bearded Garage. He also has a V8 swapped FCRX7. His is running a Ford 302 carb setup, so it's kind of cool. It's a little bit different, but kind of similar to mine. So we're both going to be rolling American V8 powered RX-7, so that's really cool. And super nice guy. He came to the rescue that day with moving the RX-7 and disconnected the axles for me and helped us get it up onto the trailer. So big shout out to him. Thank you for the help, sir. Appreciate it greatly. And yeah, he's definitely going to be a great resource for RX-7 things. And yeah, it'd be good to work with the guy. So we appreciate that. Anyways, I haven't really got any new parts yet. I am working on getting a Turbo 2 rear end. There was a gentleman from the area that has one for sale that's been nice enough to kind of let me do a layaway type thing. So I've been sending him payments every payday to get this Turbo 2 diff, axles, stub axles, and the diff. For a nice price, a little bit less than what I had been seeing them online for. So shout out to Izzy for that. I appreciate that very much, sir. Thank you for working with me. And so the house, we've probably got about, I want to say maybe 3 weeks left, hopefully less. But we've been doing a lot of work. We tore down some walls, been doing all kinds of painting. We've got new cabinets, new floors, just trying to breathe some new life into this older house that a older lady owned for a long time. So just trying to bring that back. Sorry, my back is trying to spasm because I'm so tired. It's like 1:40, 1:45 in the morning. Had a lot of late nights like this though, so this is nothing new under the sun. Anyways, so as soon as this house is done, the work will resume, I promise you. The first thing I will do, because I will probably be picking that diff up in a couple of weeks, the first thing I do once I get the diff will probably be drop the rear subframe again. I'm going to be switching to a solid diff mount from, I think it's PBM, Powered by Max, or it might be Max Speeding Rods, I forget. I get the two names mixed up. But anyway, it's going to be doing solid diff bushings, front, and I guess the subframe bushings, or however you refer to them, but going to be doing that. I also need to run new fuel line from the front of the car to the new fuel tank and new rear brake lines. So it's easier, in my opinion, to do it with the rear subframe out. And that's the one thing I hate about FCRX7 is the way the diff mounts. It's a pain to get in and out. Unlike a S chassis 240SX is 4 bolts and it's out. It's very easy. You can do it at the track if you have to. An RX-7, I found it's easier to do the rear subframe, drop that, and a little more work, but it makes it a lot easier to swap the diff in and out. But anyways, neither here nor there. So be getting a Turbo 2 diff axles and solid diff mounts here soon. Money-wise, cost-wise, it just kind of made the most sense. The whole purpose of this build is to do the most I can with what I've got. Of course, I wanted the Ronin Speedworks $1,200 independent Ford rear diff conversion, which is awesome setup. But it's like $1,200 plus the cost of a Ford Explorer diff, plus a gear change, plus something to do with adapting the axles to something else. And anyway, it seems like more of a headache than it's worth for what I'm going to be doing with the car. I mean, it's just basically going to be a weekend fun machine. Occasionally we'll try to do some drift events, but mostly it's just going to be rip roaring up and down the street and some cars and coffee, some meats. There's not really any mountains here, so I can't really do any mountain runs, but kind of my goal is to get it reliable and drivable enough to do something like a Dragon's Tail, Dill's Gap type thing. I would feel bad invading the rotary rally, but at the same time, it is an RX-7. And there is a cam I have in mind, what is it, Texas Speed Performance, Clears McFarland Bald Eagle Cam. It literally makes the idle of a 5.3 brap like a Bridgeported rotary. And so that's probably going to be the one thing I'm going to spend some money on for new is the cam. So I'm excited about that. Just to have a brapping V8 RX-7. So yeah, so I wish I had more to tell you. It's just pretty much been in, everything's been in house mode. So in my new work schedule, I have every other weekend off, and Wednesday's my regular day off. And so pretty much the last handful of those has been over here working, doing stuff. So I'll be glad once it's finished. It seems like a year since I've worked on the RX-7. It breaks my heart, but our time is coming. So that's all I've got for now. Hope you guys stay tuned. Sorry it's been such a long time since you've really seen any real RX-7 content, but the day is drawing near. It will resume, and it will get done, hopefully this year, running and driving, and hope you guys stick around for the ride. So just hit that like and subscribe buttons if you're new. Follow the build along. I mean, we will be picking back up progress here very soon. Spring is right around the corner, and we're excited. New stuff to come. Thanks. We'll see you next time.